we are going to work with that. What are the keywords we have? And also we gone through some keywords what we have in yesterday's class. We gone. So how we take that import keyword is a module which consists of keywords. Keyword dot kw list. Okay, these are the keywords we have inside of this one. So now we are going to work with that remaining things what we have it. How to declare variable and how to check the data types. What are the data types we have it? So here, so just I am going to uh, discuss about the data types what we have. So data types in Python here. So what are the data types we have it? What is here? I have the value of 10. If I want to hold this 10 into the variable A, if we want to hold the data of 10 into the variable A, we required A variable is the name. We are using an alphabet which is used to hold the value. Okay. So likewise, we also required some variables like X or anything like yesterday we discussed some identifier rules as we know that. The name of the variable can be anything, but in Python, as I said, that Python is completely dynamically typed programming language. We gone through the one point in the features of the Python. Python is dynamically typed programming language. Python is dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed means of there is no need of writing or mentioning the data type here. Okay, so means of in other programming language, as we have to mention the data type here, like in C language or Java, there we have to mention the data type. Int A we have to mention, then only we can assign, or while we declaring we can also assign the values in C language or Java. See here, there we are mentioning the data type here, but in Python there is no need of mentioning the data type to declare. But even though if we will not mention the data type, even though we will not mention the data type, it automatically takes the data type. That means some inbuilt data types we have in Python. What are the inbuilt data types? In general, we have it. So there we have in Python, there we have total 14 data types available in here. Okay, so what are those? In general, as we have that in other programming language like integer, but in other programming language like C language, there we have the character. Okay, but here we don't have the character data type. We don't have that. Okay, we simply instead of character we have only string data type is common for both characters and strings. We don't have the character data type here. So here we have that str is a string, and third one we have float. Okay, and fourth one we have complex. Okay, so complex number, and next one we have that list, and next one tuple, and next one we have it set, next one dict dictionary, we have dictionaries, and then next we have bytes, next one we have byte array, and next one we have boolean data type. Okay, then one frozen set, okay, then next we have none, and final one is range data type. See here, these are the 14 data types we have in Python. We'll see one by one where we'll use each one. All these are inbuilt. Some of them will use directly for the specialized purpose, but while we declaring the variable, there is no need of mentioning the data type. Even if you try to mention int a equal 10, it will give another syntactical error here. Here int is nothing but what is the values we'll hold in general. We'll hold that numbers combinations of 0 to 9 numbers, like 10 is an integer, 20 integer, 30 is integer, 9 is integer, 28 is also an integer. It's combination of 0 to 9 numbers are called integer numbers. When come to the string, see, string, we have 4 total different types of strings we have in Python. So string can also be represent inside single quotes, can also be represent inside double quotes, can also be represent of a string by using triple single quotes, can also be represented of string by using triple double quotes. So these are the ways, these are the 4 ways we can represent a string. Even if you write a single character in between single quotes, also a string. In general, in other programming languages, if we write a character in between single quotes, that is a character. If we write a symbol in between single quotes, that is a character. Okay, if we write something in between double quotes, that is called a string in other programming language. But when come here in Python, there we have single quotes means of a string, double quotes is also string, triple single quotes is also string, triple double quotes is also string. Here, triple single quotes and triple double quotes are used to represent multi-line string. It's used to represent multi-line string, multiple line. If you want to represent string in a multiple line, there we have to use multiple, that is a triple single quotes or triple double quotes. Okay, when you come to the float data type here, which represents the data in points 10.5 or 20.8 or 15.6 is also a float data type, or 1.8, anything will mean points. 0.6 is also a float value. When you come to the complex number, in general complex number we have the 2 parts. One is real part and other one is imaginary part. 10 plus 5j, 10 plus 5.6j, also a floating. 10.5 plus 6.8j. Here the real part and imaginary part can be anything of a number, that may be floating or integer number. When you come to the list, is a collection or a group of values of heterogeneous different data type of elements which are enclosed in square brackets. If you want to hold multiple values of heterogeneous data type, heterogeneous nothing but we can hold in a single variable, integers, float, characters, anything can be holded in this one. When come to the tuple, is also similar to the list. The major difference between the tuple and list is one is mutable and other one is immutable. Mutable, there be, we'll use the 2 words mutable. Mutability means we can modify the values. Immutability means once we create, we cannot modify the values. That is called immutability. Tuple is immutable, list is mutable. Tuple list data will be enclosed between square brackets and tuple can be enclosed between brackets. 20.5 also. When come to the set, set is also similar to the list and tuple. The major difference between the set and tuple is duplicates are not allowed in set data structure. 10 comma 20 comma 10, if I write 10 and 10 2 times, it automatically removes the 110 and it keeps the remaining one. Okay, that is a set data. Where we want to filter the duplicates, we'll go with that set data type. When you come to the dictionary, DICT is also represented in curly braces. There we have that keys and values as a pair. For example, 10 comma 10 colon Winky comma 20 colon Sunny, and close it. Okay, here this is 20 and Sunny is a pair and 10 and Winky is a pair. 2 pairs we have here. If you want to represent the values as a key and pairs, we'll go with that dictionary data type, DICT. When you come to the bytes, and the byte array is totally relevant to the data of bits wise, 8 bits. Okay, here the difference between bytes and byte array is majorly modification and non-modification. Bytes is a immutable and byte array can be modifiable. And come to the Boolean data, which have the data only true and false. The data which consists of true and false. Both the values is called Boolean data type. Come to the frozen set. Frozen set is a alternative for that set. In general, set is like once we create duplicates are not allowed. When we make that as a frozen set, we can modify the values. The indexing is preserved. That means indexing is not preserved here in say data type. Indexing nothing but order may be changed for every time. When we have the 10 first place and 20 second place, then next time maybe 20 first place and 10 second place. When you make it as a frozen set, the position of the bit will be, position of the values will be fixed in frozen set. Coming to the non data type, there is, if there is no value, even zero, if there is no zero, then if you don't want to keep any value, we'll go with the non data type. Coming to the range data type, which is used to represent a sequence of values, which is used to represent a sequence of values, will go with the range data type. Okay, so these are the basic data types what we have in Python. We'll see one by one practically, because some of these data types has a individual topics. List is a topic, tuple is a topic, set is a topic, dictionary is a topic, and also we have that boolean is a topic and range is a topic. Okay. Some of these data types are in individual topics. There will use for an application development like it. Let us open a Jupyter notebook over here. That is all. So ideally here, just I'm opening ideally. Let me zoom it out. See, I'm going to perform some operations on this one. So what are the data types we discuss now? We're going to apply some of the operations on this one. Just I'm going to do what I said, that if I try to declare a variable by using data type, in general, if I declare a variable a equal 10 is correct. When you try to check the type of a, type is a function which used to this gives that what is the data type name. Here the type is integer. When we assign a value 10, a will become an integer type. For the same variable of a, if I assign 10.5, I'm assigning 10.5. Now the type of a will be float type. See, the class type is float. Here the class type is integer. The data type of the variable is depending on the value. As I said, that data type of the variable is depending on the value what we are assigning here. As I said, that for the same variable a equal to 10 plus 5 is a. When you mention it, when you try to get it, is a complex type. Here the data type of that is complex type, because I have the values both real part and imaginary part. Okay, so the next thing, a equal to, if I keep in single quotes or capital A or small a, what is the data type of this one? Is a string type. Same a, if even if you include between double quotes, is a string. Write something like in double quotes is also string. Same hello we can also write in single quotes. As I said, that string can be created in 4 different ways. One is by using single quotes or double quotes or triple single quotes or triple double quotes can be used. Type of a here, the same string type. Same a can be whole triple single quotes and triple single quotes enclosed. Now check that type of a will be same data type of string. Same triple double quotes can also be used to represent a string, and here type of a here will be string type. But as I said, that the last 2 methods are used to represent a multi-line string. See, let us try to represent a multi-line string by using single quotes. When I enter, automatically it's giving end of line error. When I press enter, once after this hello, it raised in a syntax error, that is end of line. While scan string literal, end of line, we must enclose. Even for the single quotes also same problem, we'll get it. Even for the single quotes also we'll get the same. See, I entered something text here. When I click on enter button, it's automatically raising an error. To resolve this one, as we have the option to use triple single quotes, after this one I am clicking enter. When I click on enter, again it's asking us to be send like hello, good evening all. So just I'm mentioning that good evening all, and closing it here. When you click enter, let us try to check that what is the type of a will be string type. If you want to make a multi-line string, we must use this one. Here triple single quotes or triple double quotes can also be used not only to represent the string, can also be used in documentation string, which will be discussed in functions concepts of Python. There will use triple single quotes or triple double quotes used to write documentation string inside the functions, which describe about the function. Okay, So there will use it one. And triple single quotes, triple double quotes can also be used as a comment lines in program. As we know that comment lines are used to write basic information about the program what we are doing, which describes about the program. Is a documentation string or a program string. So comment lines are negligible. Compiler will not execute those, or ideally will not execute those lines of code. Even triple double quotes can also be used to represent a multi-line string. Hello, and how are you? We'll mention this one. And triple double quotes can be used to represent multi-line string. Here, if we try to print A, it's showing clearly after the new line, after the hello, wherever we have the new line will be represented with that backslash n. When we directly print it, if I use a function print of A, it's clearly showing the output in two lines. Instead of that one, if we try to use only A to represent the value, it's showing a backslash n symbol after the line. Backslash n. Okay, so that's the way. Okay, this is the way of representation of a string here. So now we are going to execute, or if we are going to try to represent in data type in front of the variable. See, generally as we are writing a equal 10 is correct. If I try to mention int a equal to 10, as we know that in other language, to try to mention the data type here, it's given an invalid syntax error. Invalid syntax, it's showing that. Even when we try to mention float b equal to 10.5, we should not mention the data type of the variable. Should not mention the data type of the variable here. Simply, if you mention that directly, 10.5 is allowed to use it. That's why Python is dynamically typed programming language. There is no need of mentioning the data type. There is no need of mentioning the data type here. Okay, that's thing you have to remember. And one more important thing you have to remember, as like in other programming language, every statement ends with a semicolon. Most of the single line statements will ends with a semicolon except header files, like in other programming language C or Java. But here, even if you use the semicolon, end of the statement will not give any difference. I mentioned a equal 10. I mentioned a equal 10 here. So see here the semicolon in Python, which is used to represent, it's used to separate the statements. See, if I write a equal to 10, comma, if I use comma instead of semicolon, if b equal 20, if I do this one, what's happening here? It's showing a syntax error. When we try to separate two separate statements with a comma is a delimiter. As if you try to separate these statement a equal 10 and b equal 20, which raises an error. Cannot assign a value literal here, because it thinks that comma is a character and also is a value. Okay, if you want to separate a equal 10 and b equal 20, we must use semicolon as a separate here. Semicolon b equal to 20. Now it's accepted. Try to print b, we'll get a 20. If try to print a, it will print the value 10. But when you try to separate the two statements with a comma, it raises an error. Okay, that's the thing you have to remember. Semicolon is used to separate statements. Okay, even if you try to keep a semicolon at the end of the statement, it will not show any error here. That's why, as I said, that a equal 10, it's not show any mistake. Like a type of here, it will show that as usual if it's integer. Semicolon is a statement separator, we have to use it. Okay, so this is the thing you have to remember. And next thing, there we have inbuilt functions with the data types which are used to convert one type of data to other type. Okay, one type of data to other type, how it will be converted. For example, if I want to convert other than integer to the integer type, 10.5, if I mention, it will give only 10 as output. It's converting floating point values to the integer. Converting floating point values to the integer. Okay, so the same thing next, int of, if I try to convert, see, 10 inside a single quotes I'm mentioning. Here we are trying to convert integer string to that integer. See, I'm mentioning that integer string to the integer. We're converting integer to the integer. If I try to convert int of, same in single quotes, if I try to convert it 10 of, raise an error. Okay, so because here 10 is an integer number, here 10 is an string. Okay, so if I try to convert a floating point number in a string, 10.5 will not it will not convert it, because here point is also a character. String, character string will not be converted to integer. Here 10.5 in between single quotes is a string. 10.5 is a string here will, okay, it will not convert it. If I try to convert a complex number 10 plus 5j, is also not possible to convert here, because here j will also be a character. Here j will also be a character. Here only we can able to convert a number conversion. As we know that we can convert a binary number. In general, binary number must be start with a 0b, 1010. 1010 means of 10 will get it. We got this 10. Let me explain that. So I think you know about the binary number system, but even though I'll explain here, we have that 0b, 1010 is the value we have it. Forget about the representation of the number, just we have 1010 is a value. 1010 is a value we have it. The first number into 0 into 2 power 0, we are converting binary to decimal, and second number into 2 into 2 power 1, third number 0 into, sorry, 1 into 2 power 1 and 0 into 2 power 2, and next 1 into 2 power 3, 1 into 2 power 3 and 1 into 2 power 1, remaining both are 0. This one is 0, this one is 0. 2 power 1 means 2, 2 into 1 2, and 2 power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2, so 8. 8 plus 2, 10 is the value. So in this way we got the value as that much of it. Okay, that's the way what we got the value here. So that's why we got the 10 here, binary number. Even the same manner, we can also convert octal number to the binary. Octal number must be preceded with the 0 0 For example, 76 we have it, 76. We got 62 is the number. Likewise, int of hexadecimal number. Hexadecimal numbers are preceded with a 0x3f. Let us take 3f, which takes the 63. Okay, so this is a hexadecimal number, this is octal number. Only numbers will be converted to integer type. That means of int is a function which is convert other data type to integer, that especially in number system only integer string is able to convert in. Okay, into function is used to convert integer string to integer. That's possible of conversion, but we cannot convert float string or a complex string or a general string. We cannot able to convert. That means of character string is not possible. Even if you have a single character, we cannot convert that to integer. That thing you have to remember. And coming to the float type, also we have that float is used to convert a number to points. And float of 10.5 is generally converted. Float of, let us try to convert string integer. Now it will be able to convert it. Try to convert float of string of 10.5. It's able to convert it, but in previous example 10.5 is not able to convert here. When you use 10.5, it writes an error. Okay, here we got it 10.5 here. Okay, let us see it. So then let me erase this part of it. Got here. So then same manner, float of, if I try to convert complex number 10 plus 5j to the complex number, it raises an error. It's not able to convert it. Even in general string is not possible to convert to the string. If I try to write ten instead of it raises an error. Likewise, we have a complex function also. Complex function used to convert a number to the complex. 10 plus 0j. Real part is 10, imagined part is 0j. So next one, complex of 10.5. 10.5 plus 0j. So complex of inside string I'm giving here 10 plus 0j. Likewise, complex of inside of string, if I give, it raises an error. It's not possible of converting. String literal not able to convert by the complex number to complex. That's the thing you have to remember here. So likewise, all the functions, if you try to convert str, is a function which is convert anything to the string. In single quotes is mentioned, str of 10 plus 5j, it shows the string. Str of 0b 1010 convert 10. See, binary number is converted to integer, then integer will be converted to string. As you know, 0b1010 means 10 is an integer value. It shows that value in integer number. That's string formatted. So like this, we can convert other data types. This thing is called typecasting, converting one type of data to other type of data. That's called typecasting. Okay. So let's move on to the next thing. So most important part is in every programming language, there we have input and output functionalities. Every program we have input and output functionalities. So that means when we develop an application, there we need inputs and outputs. To get the input and to give the output, to get the input and to give the output, there we have input and output functions. There we need input and output functions. So input and output. So first we'll go with that output part. In general, we'll go with that output here. So output means which used to print the data on console or a screen. If you want to print something, like first syntax one, print is a function, small letters is a because the Python is case sensitive programming language. Print is a function which used to print either text inside of double quotes or single quotes. We can, in general, we'll use the double quotes to reprint the string formatted data. Example for that printing of text here, print of like hello, good evening. Okay. See, in other programming languages, there we have a semicolon. Semicolon of this print function is an optional thing. It's an optional thing. Even if we'll not keep the semicolon, nothing will happen. Like we can also do this print of hello. Okay, print of hello which gives that same. Nothing will be different. As I said, the semicolon is used to separate the statements. If you want to write the two statements in single line, we'll use semicolon as a separator, statement separator. Okay, this is the first way of utilizing a print function to print the data or a text formatted. The second way, for example, I have a value in a variable of 10. If you want to print this value, in other programming language, there we have to use format specifiers, %d, %c, %f, okay, %s. For integers, %d, for character, %c, for float values, %f, for string values, %s will use. These are called format specifiers. Format specifier, there we need to use it. But in Python, there is no need of mentioning the data type, that is means a format specifier while printing the data in a variable. Because Python is completely dynamically typed programming language. There is no need of mentioning the data type. Even there is no need of using format specifier while printing the value of variable. Okay, if I want to print the value of this variable, we can print this print of a directly, which gives the output 10. The same, if you want to print this clear output of this, we can also combine this string data to with the data value inside of the double quotes. A value is double quotes closed comma. I'm separating this double quote string with the variables simply. Output of this one will get here. A value is 10. Simply will get it. Okay, if I keep a colon here, colon will be printed here. A value is colon 10. We can print it. But in the same manner, so there is no need of if you want to print the two values, I have two values, a equal 10 semicolon b equal 20. If I want to print these two values are 20.5, one is integer, other one is float. If you want to print these two values in a single print function, we can do it. Print of a value is colon double quotes closed comma a. I'm separating, see, I'm separating it, and double quote start b value is colon double quotes closed comma b. I'm writing in a single line. We can also write in two lines, but I'm making it in single line. A value is 10, b value is 20. That means of output will get like this one. A value is 10 and space b value is 20.5. As usual, you get the output. Okay, these two ways to print the data in Python. So let us check it in programmatically how it will be printed. Let me show that how will you print the values of variables by using print function without variables we can print. If I want to print the text, I'm using a print function. Hello, I'm printing it. Hello, we got it. Even if I keep the semicolon at end of the statement, even if I keep a semicolon at end of this, nothing will be different. As I said, the semicolon is used to represent or separate two statements. If you want to separate two single line statements, you'll use that. Okay, so can also be print that inside of single quotes I'm mentioning hello and I'm closing it. Nothing will be different. I try to print of in triple single quotes. I'm printing triple single quotes the same because string can be represented in four total different patterns. Four different ways we can print the values. Single quotes, double quotes, triple single quotes, and triple double quotes can be used. There's a way of printing the data here. Okay, so next thing, I have the value a equal 10. If I want to print this value, directly print of a, we can do it. A value is got printed. If I a equal 10, if I print the same value with the some text, a value is comma a. Okay, so a value is 10, it's printing. Like print of along with this one. If you want to print the two values, let us take a equal 10 semicolon b equal to 20 in single variable. So print of single quotes or double quotes a value is single quotes double quotes closed comma a comma I'm separating double quote start b value is double quotes closed comma b. A value is 10 and b value is 20. It's clearly printing here. How I am separated? I separated simply string with the comma, and again if I want to start with comma separation, again started with the string and I separated the comma and b. This is the way of taking the values, two values in a single line. Okay, so in Python, if you want to print a new line, in other language, what we do? Simply, if you want to print a new line, in general, we'll write like this one. Hello, I'm writing \n. \n used to print a new line in general. I'm writing hello Winky, which means hello will be in the first line, Winky will be in the second line. \n used to print a new line. If you want to print an empty new line, in general we'll use \n. In other programming lines, what we do, we simply print a \n. It's used to print a \n of like new line, an empty line printed. Even if you use empty print function, also gives the new line. Here also printed new line here. Okay, even empty print function can also be used to print the new line. But that's the flexibility we have it. So there is no need of using a \n directly, because a print itself gives the new line. If you use the \n, two new lines will be printed. So how many two lines printed? It's two new lines got printed here, two empty lines of data when you use a \n. Okay, that's the print function in method. General will use it. Let us move on to that input function. Output function we discussed. Now we're going to discuss about the input function. In other programming language like C language, it's very easy to, there will be a scanf function to take the turn. While we taking the scanf, there we must use a format specifier, and we should use ampersand, end of year, end of p. But in Python, there we have a default input function, input is a function which used to take the string data type. Whatever the data we are giving by using input function, by default it take it as a string formatted data only. If I write enter a value and I closed, if I write a equal to, if you write like this one, it takes the input value 10. If I enter a value 10, but it takes as a string only. If you try to check the type of a, here is string type, not as an integer type. Okay, if you want to take only integer input, there we must use the typecasting concept. Int of, I'm opening int of input of enter a value. Okay, this is the method we'll use to take the integer values. Now a will take 10 as a integer, here 8 taken as a string, here 8 is, now it will become an integer type. If you want to take the float value, float of input of enter a value, double quotes closed. Now it will take 10.5 as input. Now a will be a float type. This is the method. By default, input function takes everything as a string data, whatever it may be. If you give the number, it will be string. If you give the complex number, also string. If you give the string, is also string. If you give the character as a string, everything by default it takes as string formatted data. Okay, let us check that whether it is happening the same or not. I'm taking a equal to input of enter a value. We're taking it. It's asking us to enter the value 10. I entered. Let us try to check the type of a here. What is the type of a here? String. Let us check what is the output of a. Is, see, the output is enclosed in single quotes because the type is string type. If you want to take it as integer only, a equal to int of, typecasting must be done. Input of enter a value. Okay. In general, we are taking. Now it takes that value 10. A value is 10. Two times it are taken. A equal to int of input of enter a value. And if I print a value in general, if I try to check the type of a, will be integer type. Okay. Previously, it had took the value input as a string format. When you use the typecasting, it takes as a float, integer type. Even if if you want to take that float, float is also accepted. Input of enter a value. Then if I try to check, the type of a will be float type. Whatever the typecasting we did, the type of the variable will be that only. Okay, is this clear?